So we will go on to Heaven's Vault, which, let's see. This is a narrative archaeological science fiction adventure. So there you go. I think it was described as being like, whereas it? So someone's like, they're an archaeologist and like, this is all the good parts of it and none of the boring bullshit. I don't know. I'm not an archaeologist. I have no frame of reference. The story so far. Alea and her robot sidekick, Six, are on the trail of a missing roboticist, Shiniki Renba. A series of finds have led them to a name, the Withering Palace, and to a site lost for centuries in the clouds of the nebula. Rumble. So it looks like this is just... So, the demo, I'm guessing, is a chapter midway through the game. You'll get some that are like their own separate things, some that are the first chapter of a game.
We hoppered down into a narrow, rocky canyon. Then we rounded a corner in the rock, and we saw it.
There's it. Not a fan of those animations. They are pretty, like, low keyframe. The robot barely seems to be animated. Okay, an inscription, question, remark. On the top bar of the gate, symbols embossed into the metal. Ancient. Okay. The words have some common elements, so they must have related meanings. You sure? Sail home? Oh. Inside? Oh, we have a timeline? Mere seconds ago. Unsolved inscriptions. Are we going through time a lot? 6 is buried on Law? On Iox. Okay. Three breaks down. I'm very confused by the timeline stuff. Given that, like, we're just getting dumped in mid-game. What's even doing here? Assuming it has always been this foul. True. Perhaps it was habitable before. Let's go inside.
We stepped through the ancient gate. The wind outside dropped to a hollow moan. The room was filled with rows and rows of books.
Yeah, I can see a certain, like, Archer similarity. Like, visually. Like, this echo thing, like when you stand still for a moment and then move. It's a weird effect. Not grand enough to be a palace. Very dismissive of the palace. Ancient writing, okay. Page from a book. Looks simple enough to guess. I like my word for within. Oh, wine? Is it like strokes or letter base? So within, like, I don't know. Maybe. Kind of ancient religious text. Bit of a stretch, yeah, but. Or they drop something. A key! This originates from somewhere you haven't previously discovered? Okay. More writing? Not a single word, unless it's German. I don't think they expected their writing to be read. Have that much. We have that. Those are the whole ones we had. Yes, it ends with knowledge. We don't have the rest though. So you're sure this is two words and that's it? Try the door, I guess. It's locked, but we have the key. Solvable inscriptions. I guess we've established this has to be knowledge, or likely is. 4,800 years ago to now. I've no idea what a lot of this stuff is. Oh, try the key, yeah. There. Another inscription? Hmm. I'm thinking place. Place of worship? I could still change my mind. I'm guessing I'm wrong. When you say it like that. Mural. They're together than falling. Bright light. Hmm. No floor out here. Generally speaking, you want a floor. Makeshift ramp. Reach in the wall. Someone with a robot. Let us clamber over. Okay.
The rock had been scooped out to make a roof for the courtyard, keeping it safe from the endless storm beyond. This was a secret place.
What do you think? You're a robot, you don't have fingers. Good something or a bad something? Perhaps both. Uncanny something. Place is familiar, you say?
A circle of stone gods, staring each other down. Each one daring the others to blink first.
These all have different inscriptions on them, I suspect. Wait, that's it? That was a bit abrupt. Like, that's just where the demo ends. Like, I wonder if I was going a bit too fast at some points, but like, I don't know. I feel like there was more that I should have been able to piece together in that demo time, and I just kind of blew past it, maybe. Which I don't know. My hesitations with that are around the demo structure, because it clearly dumped you mid-game, which there are pros and cons to doing that, but I think this hit a lot of the cons, because we ended up not having the context on what was going on. We ended up with a lot of information available to us that we didn't know how to apply. Like, we had that whole timeline. I don't understand how we got that info, why we have it, is any of it of any use? And then as you start doing like the translation stuff, you're like, okay, is any of that timeline information valid? Do we know if any of it's true? So you're left with more questions than I think if you tried to start the demo around the start of the game. I think you would have a lot more clarity on what's going on. Like, maybe you would hit fewer like gameplay points, but it would make a little more sense, and I think that's the trade-off like worth having in that case. Yeah, I'm just like left really confused on that one. Like, I'm not going to be super critical about like the animation and the movement and all that stuff. It's clearly a style, but I can understand if you find it distracting or don't like it or disagree with it, whatever. That's fair. For me, like, I don't know. I really don't know about that one. I feel like the demo is not helping it. And it may be that like something strongly in that like archaeological direction isn't my jam to begin with. And that's why I'm like having some difficulties with that game, but I think there's enough confusion and ambiguity that I don't even know if I can get to that point, you know?